This is a weekly reading for Taurus. Let's see. Your playlist song for the week is going to be Coldplay-Clocks. So if you haven't heard that song, it's a pretty, like, euphoric song, and it kind of, brings you into, like, the passage of time and all. It's really kind of, it's fun, but at the same time, it kind of makes you paranoid, but, it might be what you need. But there's also other things on your playlist if that's not what you want to listen to. Yeah, they're pretty much like the same, so you'll see what I mean if you scroll down below and look at your playlist. Anyway, let's get started with the first card, and then we'll get into the channel messages, and hopefully be able to wrap this up. But, yeah. It's going to be an interesting week for a lot of people. But, let's see. Number 1 is you right now. We have the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is returning travels, moving home, lack of foresight, planning, holding on to the past, haunted by the past, lack of confidence, self-doubt, restriction, failure, disappointment, with choices, overcome frustration, clipped wings, lack of progress, adventuring, growth failed, long distance relationship failed, overseas travel, expansion failed. So there's something here that's failed you. I feel like you kind of wanted to achieve something, but it all fell apart. It could be because of, like, the pandemic, or the fact that you couldn't get any work done, or the fact that you didn't make any accomplishments that you can share with your family. So it's kind of like you're just going to be sitting at the dinner table just kind of dazing off into oblivion about all the stuff that you didn't achieve, or the stuff that fell apart, what you could have done differently and stuff like that. Having those subtle regrets, But I feel like it was meant to happen the way it did, and it wasn't your fault or anybody else's fault. It was just the timing was off, So number 2, we have the week's theme. The week's theme is going to be the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles is nobility, glory, great, renowned, or respected tradesmen, or workers, fun with artistry. So somebody here, I feel like it's a sibling. One of your siblings is very successful, and I feel like that's the reason why you're kind of sitting there and you're just like, they're so successful, they have, like, the best boyfriends, girlfriends, people in their lives that appreciate them, and it encourages them to, like, follow their dreams and stuff. And then you're sitting over there, you're like, I don't have that. Maybe I shouldn't, like, be doing this, and this, and all that type of stuff. But, it's a point of self-improvement. Some people, they self-improve kind of, on autopilot, and other people actually need to try. I feel like you need to try to change certain aspects of your life and who you are as a person and what you attract. It's not to say that it's all bad. It's just some people don't like abrupt, controlling people, or they don't like people that are too, like, pesky, or to the point that where they're pestering people. I feel like a lot of Tauruses do that to the point of it might not be the best time. Okay, so, you can control stuff, but you can't control everyone, alright? Because it gets to the point where, you're holding people back, and they don't like that. They'll start, kind of avoiding you. Anyway, number 3, we have the challenge of the week. The challenge of the week is the 8 of Cups in reverse. The 8 of Cups in reverse is fear of moving on, stagnation, accepting your lot, lack of self-awareness, lack of emotional maturity, having a bad situation, faking happiness, for the assurance of others. Low self-esteem, lack of self-worth, clinginess for commitment or abandonment. So there's something here that, you kind of want to fill the void, but at the same time you want to be alone. Like, you don't know whether you're coming or going. As soon as somebody seems like they have everything going for them, you might latch onto that person, or you might latch onto a situation that you believe will work out in your favor, but my grandmother always said, a leopard can't change its spots to stripes. You know what I mean? You have to stay true to yourself. If you're not usually the type that goes for an art class, why go for an art class when you could go for fashion school and become world renowned? Doesn't make sense. But anyway, my grandmother was a great seamstress. She could look at something and be like, oh yeah, done, but she went for teaching music. She wasn't the best person of music, but she was better at fashion than she was music, because she could look at a seam and tell you what it was and what kind of style and a skirt was and how it would look better on a model. A-line to slip cut, Anyway, number 4, we have lesson to remember. We have the Queen of Swords. We have honest, truthful. This is something to remember, actually. We have honest, truthful, candid, protective, independent, chatty. Creative, witty, funny, principled, fair, constructive criticism, strong, quirky, realistic, objective, disconcerting, problem solving, skeptical, independent, sharp wit, self-reliant, open-minded, sophisticated, mother figure, repressed pain, sadness, divorce, or hand of hard knocks. So there's something here in your past that went from like independent. Reason is trauma related issues. So with that, you kind of had to grow up either A, by yourself, or raising your siblings. With raising siblings, it's like really hard when you're a sibling or you're within the same peer group as they are. It's really odd, because you don't really know what the right decision is just yet. You kind of have to flip a coin and use moral compass of your own, experiences. Anyway, number 5. Number 5 is the lesson that you will learn. We have the Fool. Oh boy, here we go. We have the Fool. So innocence, freedom, originality, adventure, travel, foolishness, carelessness, idealism, youth, spontaneity, lack of commitment, and new beginnings. So you're gonna kind of be going like full throttle. You're trying to be more forefronting than you really are. You have to control the situation, but being kind of go with the flow isn't really a Taurus's style, because they understand that they can lose a lot, okay? And that's kind of why it's kind of a bad idea. And Tauruses are more of if I can get money, I'll be happy. But having them go foolishly into the unknown isn't really what they would normally do. They usually go after what A, they're good at, if they're in high registry of self-confidence, or they go for something that they've never tried that will bring them money, but they're not good at. So it's one sign of, either total blindness or going into something that you're totally 100% committed to and you want to be known for. But, the middle line would be the Fool card. So it's kind of weird that it's showing up here. I feel like you might be going either to something that you want to do or something that you have no idea about. So, it's that type of thing, okay? It's not a bad thing, it's not a good thing. It's just, it's a little odd to do right now because it's like you could lose a lot more than you can gain, Anyway, number 6. Number 6 is the gift you give yourself. We have the 10 of potions, which is the 10 of cups. So happiness, family, happy family reunions, homecoming family gatherings, marriage, long-term relationship stability, security, harmony, abundance, domestic bliss, happy ever after, caring, children, fun, play, creativity, soulmates, fate, destiny, good luck, blessings, well-being, and fulfillment. So for right now, it's good because it is the Christmas season. Some people are very, forefront of, everything will work out. But if you're in a relationship, every day you have to work on it, either in some way, shape, or form. You can't just allow it to be on autopilot. That's how things start falling apart. Okay, so just be careful with that, okay? Don't be too loose, don't be too tight. Just be like, if anything goes a little bit awry or you feel worried about something, you should let your partner know if you're in a relationship. Just so everybody kind of knows that you're kind of a little bit, you're not sure and you don't know how to act. I know I get that way myself when I'm dating somebody. I'm like, I don't know if, like, your family would joke with me or anything, but, I got some funnies. But, yeah, you kind of have to know how to react to certain things. But, yeah. I feel like it's either you mush well with a family or you kind of don't know where you're stepping, So there might be a little bit of that from you or your partner, okay? So we have organizational work. So there might be presents, gifts, or certain things you have to do, set up or something. I feel like your family might be coming to your place. So there might be some organization stuff that needs to happen. Loving the people you work with. So you might be doing something special for your employees or coworkers or associates. And a perfectionist. You might actually be one of these people, which obviously all Tauruses are, that wrap and rewrap gifts to make sure that they look aesthetically pleasing. I know my grandmother was one of these people. She had OCD. But yeah, the gifts are going to be ripped open. Okay, we had to constantly reinstate that to my grandmother so she wouldn't wrap, rewrap, unwrap, and then rewrap gifts. Like, it was weird. Like, she never felt like the wrapping paper was good. It was really weird. It gave me anxiety. It was too much. Okay, so if you get to that point, make sure you breathe, drink some water, lay down for a minute, because you do not need that much stimulation before a party or before your family comes, okay? Anyway, Taurus, hopefully this helped you out in some way, shape, or form. Don't be OCD. It's not that big a deal. You just have to make sure that all your gifts are wrapped in whatever form they come in. So, anyway, I will see you in the next reading. You take care of yourself. Try to breathe in and out. Meditate if you have to. Make sure you meditate and you see a white light. The reason why you need to see a white light is so that you understand that you're 100% okay. And it may take a while in order for you to manifest your own white light. But you need to be okay. You don't have to be like crazy. You just had to be okay. You can have anxiety, you can have OCD. You just had to be okay so that you're not constantly doing patterns that would make it so that other people are uncomfortable. Okay? So there's a little bit of moderation there. Alright? It's not a bad thing. It's just don't do it too often where you give other people anxiety. Okay? Anyway, Taurus, I will see you in the next reading. You take care of yourself and everyone. And I will see you in the next reading, alright? Bye now.